Jurassic World Rebirth.
Whoa.
Man, I tell you what, on a budget of $180 million, though, THR claims that it's closer to $225 million.
Whoa, that's a specific change.
Agreed. It's having a 5-day domestic run in the US because of something, 4th of something.
4th of July. Happy 4th of July, everybody.
Yeah, man.
We're there with you.
Happy firework.
That's right. We hope it's shagadelic.
We do. We hope that for you. It's going to have a 141.2 opening US weekend.
That's a big movie.
That includes, so it'll be, if you did judge it as a 3-day weekend, which is what you would normally do, it's about 85 million. It's going to do about 312 million internationally. This is good.
Big movie.
Yeah.
It's a big movie.
Will it
Alert.
last?
Whap, whap, whap. All the exits are being sealed. Cyanide gas is being pumped into the atmosphere.
Why are they doing that?
Big movie alert. I don't know, man.
Don't they want people to go to the big movie?
I don't know, man.
If they're shooting it into the atmosphere, how does that
Wait a
affect-
sec. When you had this room fitted out, did you ask the guy to put in a big movie alert?
Yeah, in case there was a big movie.
Well, you've doomed us both.
Mate, I don't know what to tell you. This is podcasting.
Because that's
This
true.
is the industry, all right?
Yeah, that's
That's what
true.
we agreed to.
With all the good, everything good and ill. I guess if cyanide gas has to be pumped into the room.
So yeah, it's but it has been a year for things just falling off a cliff.
I thought you were going to say it's been a big year. It's been a year since the last Jurassic Park movie.
Maybe.
Maybe,
No,
I
a
don't
little
know.
bit longer than that.
It has, but yeah.
F1's looks like it's got some legs. I mean, this is going to come
some
up
wheels.
against, and some wheels. This is going to come up against Superman, but like most things have just kind of flash in a pan. There's Sinners has been an exception. That one's done exceptionally well and went longer and etc. Anyways, what do you think the story was? It's been X number of years since the last whatever.
That's right, with the bugs.
Yeah, the bugs.
And
The dinosaurs they got out into the world.
now there's a world full of dinosaurs, but they all died. Except for because they can't handle it.
No.
You'd think that would be a cool premise, but actually they've all died.
It's a bad premise and you're an idiot.
Yeah, and anyway, all the dinosaurs are now sort of in around the equator because that's where it's the warmest,
Yes.
and including some islands.
Yeah.
And anyway,
They spend a lot of time going like, all the dinosaurs are around the equator. Where are the dinosaurs? They're actually at the equator.
Yeah.
Why the equator? It's hot at the equator.
That's right.
And that's where all the dinosaurs are. Should we go there? You shouldn't, but you can.
that's right. Well, they have to because Rupert Friend, who to be clear is no friend of mine,
No, because we don't know him.
he's a slimy corporate guy, and he's got to get he needs to take some people on a fetch quest because
That's
they need to
right.
get the DNA of 3 specific dinosaurs on a specific island. So he's going to
Yes.
hire Scarlett Johansson, who's some sort of special ops type person.
Yeah, but she's got a dark secret.
What is it?
Somebody she knew died or whatever.
Is that it?
Yeah, she's a mercenary, etc. Maybe she's got a conscience though.
Nice.
Yeah.
But anyway, she wouldn't possibly be able to recognize dinosaurs from pictures of dinosaurs, specific pictures of dinosaurs. She wouldn't be able to look at a big dinosaur and then, like an enormous dinosaur, and then look at a picture of a dinosaur and go, that's the dinosaur, I got to get the DNA out of.
Got to get it.
So you got to get another guy.
Yeah.
And that's Jonathan Bailey.
Yeah, and he goes, I know land, sea, and air dinosaurs.
That's right, I'm a science man.
Because I've seen Voltron, wrote the vehicle version where they do land, sea, and air.
That's right,
I understand
exactly.
that. Yeah.
I'm a 90s kid. And I'm in Wicked.
Yeah, man.
That's right. But anyway, and they're on the crew.
They're doing
But then
it.
they're going to need a crew that's crazier than them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
So you're going to get Mahershala Ali.
He'll be
He's
there.
going to be in there.
Yep.
There's some other guys.
Don't ask him about Blade.
Yep. That's right.
He doesn't know.
It's nice to see him in a movie.
I
isn't it?
agree, but he doesn't know.
He doesn't know. That's true. Please don't ask him. Ask him about Jurassic World.
Yeah, but he doesn't know
He
about
doesn't
that
know.
either.
Anyway, he's got some other. He's a ship's captain.
Ed Skrein's there.
Is that it? It was Ed Skrein.
He'd be a good Lex Luthor. Can he do an American accent? Do you reckon? Like the physicality of him?
Yeah,
I think
sure.
he'd be a good Lex Luthor. You could have British Lex Luthor.
That's true.
Brett Luthor. Sorry, go on.
He could be all. I demand $1 billion.
He could do that.
Right?
Yeah, he could do that.
That's what I'm saying.
Lex Luthor.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's right.
Go on.
Anyway, he's got a crew of other people. They're also there.
But are there other people there?
Yes, there's other people. You wouldn't go into these waters because it's illegal, and also you might die because of the dinosaurs because they're all on the
But
equator.
what are the chances?
Pretty good.
Yeah, because there's so many.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But anyway, there's a family. It's a dad
Yep.
and 2 daughters and one of the daughter's boyfriends. They're on a little boat.
Yep.
And they're like, we're just gonna sail. We're
Yeah.
gonna have a big sailing time. We're gonna have a good fun time.
We used to do this with your mother, and what happened to her, who cares?
But just to be clear, I've got a tragic backstory also.
Yeah.
If you think I'm going to be the only dad without a tragic backstory, I've got one.
Mate.
You're
going to be spitting
Everybody
shit.
here's got a tragic backstory. We're going to explore it the tiniest amount.
Yeah.
You know?
God. And then anyway, they all go to the island, but also there's a third island. There's Jurassic Park that exploded in 2 movies ago, and then there was also the Jurassic World, the Lost World Island, which featured in movies 2 and 3. That one's still out there. That's where they bred all the dinosaurs.
Okay, yeah.
This is a third, even more dinosaur island.
This is the island of misfit toys.
Yeah, that's
Dinosaur
right.
Island.
And
Yeah,
you might be like, how are they different from regular dinosaurs? They look different, some of them.
that's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're all slopping about.
Do they behave
Big
differently?
domed heads.
Yeah, they don't. They're there. And
yeah.
don't go near them, but you can go near some of them. And, DNA.
Yeah,
Because
absolutely.
the DNA will stop people having heart attacks, which is what happened to Scarlett Johansson's father or mother, maybe.
That's right.
And that's part of the movie.
That's her arc and backstory.
Yeah. What'd you think?
All right.
Yeah.
Passed the time, didn't
It's
it?
not much, is it?
Well, I think most.
I think it's better than the last 2, but that is damning it with faint praise. I think it feels very rushed for reasons we'll get into. I don't think Gareth Edwards is didn't have the time or was utilized properly.
This was directed by Gareth Edwards, who
Sort
of course
of.
did The Creator and other things.
Yes, Monsters, Godzilla reboot.
That's right.
Some of Rogue One.
I feel like the particular set of characters, there's less mugging.
Okay.
Like the previous one.
Oh, totally,
Bryce Dallas
yeah.
Howard and Chris Pratt just mugging at each other.
Yeah, there's definitely less of that.
So, I don't know. I mean, generally I've found Scarlett Johansson, Mahershala Ali, and
Ed Skrein?
no, Mr. Man.
The
Wicked
the
Man.
dad?
Mr. Wicked Man.
Jonathan Bailey.
Jonathan Bailey, thank you. I think
Yeah.
they were a good combination generally.
I think, it's cast really well, but I think what people forget, because there's this idea that,
Try me, Buster. I never forget anything.
well, it's,
What do you think I forgot?
and you see this for, the Godzilla and Kong movies. It's we don't care about the creatures. We don't care about the people. We only care about the creatures. But the original Jurassic Park, the scenes without the dinosaurs are just as compelling.
Right,
Due to the writing, there's boardroom scenes, the conversations and the ethics behind everything that they're doing is very interesting. And it's one of those things where as you get older, it becomes more interesting because it's you realize it's not just about dinosaurs, it's about other things. Whereas these have become
Because you become a bloody dinosaur.
yeah, that's
mate.
right. But these are just creature features and just kind of get to the dinosaurs. And I don't know. I think again, it's cast well, but they don't really have anything to say. It's what's the ethics behind dinosaurs? I don't know.
Yes.
No, they can die, but whatever. Who cares?
I feel like there was definitely a studio mandated moment of let's see the wonder of the dinosaurs.
Yeah.
You absolutely know they're going to have to put in a moment where they
go, wow, big dinosaurs.
Wow, we've only seen dinosaurs on the street.
Yeah,
But now
we only see dinosaurs every day.
Yeah.
But now they're in a different... That's the other part of this movie is the world is sick of dinosaurs and nobody cares or is going to dinosaur museums or zoos. That would never fucking happen. And I know that would never happen because of just regular zoos. I love the zoo.
Yeah.
You love the zoo? I love seeing a bird. I'm fuck, birds are great.
Right? The other day I was like, why are some birds grey and pink?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
That is crazy. So, yeah, if there were dinosaurs, there's a Triceratops skeleton at the Melbourne Museum.
Skellington.
And it's fucking incredible. And it's just a skeleton.
Yeah.
It's not even a real dinosaur because it's a skeleton, right?
Yeah.
But I love it. And I know that's not just me. And so don't tell me the dinosaurs aren't cool. I think
Isn't it a trenchant commentary on the very nature of studio blockbusters, James?
That's exactly what it is.
Yeah.
Because they go, people are bored of dinosaurs.
Oh, they're bad.
So let's write that in.
Right.
But obviously, from the way that these movies have performed, even when they're shit, people aren't bored of dinosaurs because they will see these regardless.
Yeah.
Apparently. So I just don't believe that.
They're not even bored of bad dinosaur movies.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. So David Koepp, who wrote this, and he wrote the original screenplay. He spoke to THR and he said they took that idea all the way, the idea that dinosaurs were in the real world.
Yes.
And they're everywhere. And he said dinosaurs were nesting on the Chrysler Building and renting apartments downtown. I didn't have a single idea about where to go with that.
Why'd you write the movie then? Why'd you take the job then?
So you just do, it felt like greatest hits. It was the Beatles' #1 album.
Yeah. Which is their best album, obviously.
Yeah, of course. It's got all their greatest hits.
Yeah.
But it's like that. The only I would say really distinct scene that felt new is a scene from the book which they couldn't put in the first movie, which was the raft T-Rex scene.
Right.
Which I think is genuinely very good.
Yeah.
But the rest of it is like, I've seen the mososaur. I've seen people looking at fucking brachiosaurs. They're not brachiosaurs. They're whatever in this. I've seen mutant dinosaurs. I've seen raptors. Oh, these ones have wings. I've fucking seen this.
Yeah.
And it still all looks great.
Yeah.
And there's some tension to it and whatever. But it's just, I've seen this. And it's just, you didn't have other ideas that weren't, what if we went to Jurassic Park again? Like, we've even done, let's go to Jurassic Park, but it's run down. We fucking did that.
Yeah.
You know? Oh, it's a Spinosaur. There's 3 of them. Cool, man.
Maybe David Kep, you could have had a Spinosaur and given the writing job to somebody who had more ideas. What I think to me, I think it's a shame they have never gone the full dinosaurs have overrun the world thing. I think that would be way better.
And they can't now, really.
Well, they can't, because, they could just go climate change, make everything hot or whatever. They've sort of clipped the wings of this one by, and again, I'm sure we talked about that once we talked about the previous. Is the previous one the one that brought all the original cast back?
Yeah.
And they teamed up with the new cast?
Too many, yeah.
Right. Well, what clearly happened in that one is they went, we got to do a movie where dinosaurs have overrun the world, and then somebody went, oh, well, according to the science, they couldn't have overrun the world. There hasn't been enough time or whatever, or they can't.
According to the science, none of this.
Yeah.
Quite frankly.
So let's just make it bugs. Maybe bugs overrun the world. And it's like, and now they've done a similar thing by going, all the pre-existing dinosaurs that did escape into the world have died. All the ones that are in the cities and what have you. You shouldn't have done that.
No.
I think in the next one, and I'm sure they're going to have a next one, just say the climate change has caused the entire world. The climate change and it caused the entire world to heat up, and so now dinosaurs can thrive. And then you just go, the world's been overrun with dinosaurs. Well, the science doesn't check out. Well,
life found a way.
Yeah, life found a way, Einstein, Mr. Einstein, genius brainiac.
Yeah.
What do you know about anything? Because they're out the window. Look, it's crazy.
There's one.
Yeah.
That guy's sliding down that one like he's Fred Flintstone.
Exactly.
I think that actually is Fred Flintstone.
That's right.
Now that I look at it.
We've gone back through time.
So this is what David Kep said about what's Spielberg's involvement in this, because he does have a hand in all of these. He said one of the things is that it should be scary. I don't think it's very scary.
But for kids.
Yeah, sure. We should see some things that we've never seen before. I don't think that happened.
Big dome head.
Yep. Let's make
six-armed dinosaur.
Yep. Let's make the science. Yeah, I guess. Let's make the science as close to as real as we can. Okay, sure. Shooting a fucking dart into a dinosaur or whatever.
It's a very elaborate plan. It's you shoot a dart into a dinosaur to get the DNA, and then it fills up the syringe, and then it shoots itself into the air, and then it's got a little parachute on it.
And you catch it.
It's a lot to pack into one little tube.
Yeah, and you might think, is it hard to catch? No, sometimes it'll just land near you. You don't really need to worry about it. And he said, but
also, it's made of glass, which is probably a bad idea.
Yeah, it's probably made of Perspex glass, Super Jurassic.
Probably made of
glass,
Super Jurassic
glass.
glass.
Oh, InGen's gone again or whatever. But this particular movie, he really wanted to avoid anything that was self-reference. He does not like to quote himself. He's allergic to it. If you put something in the ring that rings too familiar, he'll say, didn't I do that already? Don't do that. That's this movie. That's the whole fucking movie. It's just the thing that you saw.
Correct. Yes.
I mean, it really felt like it just lurched between different moments from Jurassic Park /World.
Agreed.
And also, often there is a through line of like dinosaurs, like a dinosaur you'll see that will follow on through. You see the mutant dinosaur at the start, and then in the last 10 minutes it shows up.
Uh-huh.
So it's not even like the T-Rex itself is a character in the first movie, or the others that it's in or whatever. But, there's a narrative there.
Right.
Whereas this, it sort of isn't. It's just like, it's the set pieces are, there's a different dinosaur. It feels like a video game.
I think you've forgotten about the very small dinosaur that is going to be used to sell 1 million plushies.
Yeah, that they take back to the real world, so it's going to die immediately. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. The other thing is, a Snickers wrapper let a dinosaur out, let a mutant
That's correct,
out.
yeah.
That happened at the start.
I did notice a lot of product placement in this. There was some Snickers and some M&Ms.
They go into a 7-Eleven at one point.
They do.
On abandoned Jurassic Park Island 3.
I was looking out for grain waves, but I couldn't see any grain waves.
You couldn't see any grain waves?
I couldn't see any grain waves.
Dude, open your eyes.
Sorry.
I also think it's not very Gareth Edwardsy. I think one of the things that he does well, and you see it in literally everything.
Sense of scale.
And it's the sense of scale and realism.
Uh-huh.
And I think also because this was supposed to go to, who was it? I want to say like Chad Stahelski or somebody like that, or the Bullet Train guy who might be this.
David Leitch?
Maybe it's David Leitch. Yeah, David Leitch, right?
Yeah.
And so Gareth Edwards had less than a year and a half from when he came on to when this happened. And
Yes.
I understand why they got him, because he can shoot things on the fly. He takes very precise shots. And then because he won't get people to CGI everything.
Yeah,
He'll cut the movie together as he did with The Creator. And then from that, you know exactly how many CGI shots to do. And that's why they did it so cheap. But the principal photography of this began on June 13th of last year and ended in like August, September, something. So the turnaround on that is absolutely insane. By the way, this looks incredible, and it's mostly CGI, it seems, for the most part, and any kind of puppeteering was, for the most part, replaced. That's my understanding.
Right, okay.
And I think that had been a problem in the past, but we're at the point where you mostly can't tell.
Agreed.
I think. There is a few shots where someone's in like rapids, which kind of looks like they're not really in there. Did you notice that?
Yeah.
But other than that, I think it's good. So, yeah, I don't think this does him any favors in terms of what he's
Do
capable
you think
of.
that is because all the shot selection was done before he was brought on?
It might have been.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Did this feel bigger to you than any of the others, or
Not really.
or more wondrous or anything? Because
Not really. There is a moment where we see two titanosaurs, and they go into a valley, and then there's 100 of them, and
yeah, and that's pretty much it, right?
that's
that's
pretty
the
much it,
kind
yeah.
of the scale of it.
yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, I guess if you like dinosaurs, though, there's a bunch of those in this.
Okay, now what about this? Do you think it'll be fun for kids though?
Yeah, probably.
You know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if your kids have seen the other Jurassic Park / World
All
movies,
6.
yeah, all 6 of them, and they want a bit more of the same.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, should we do some spoilers?
Let's do some spoilers. Oh, look, I'm going to say best movie ever. I didn't hate it. I didn't find it was a waste of my time.
Yes. I think also it is definitely better than the last 2.
Yeah.
But again, that's not much or anything.
Right.
I don't know. There must be something else to do here.
It's got to be dinosaur apocalypse. Turn it around. Just say a bunch of other companies were breeding dinosaurs as well.
Yeah.
And then the climate change, and they all come loose.
Yeah.
And there's a million of them.
Also, I said this last time. I will see these forever.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
I will see them. But I think the last one it wasn't good. I didn't like it.
Sure.
But there was some newer stuff in it. And I don't think this, and even the one before that with the haunted house and the whatever.
Right.
Not necessarily good, but at least it was like, here's something else.
Right.
And this is not. This is everything you know. Oh, except at the end, there's a fucking Hector Hammond looking ass dinosaur.
Yes.
With his big dome head.
We're doing spoilers now? We're in
Let's
spoilers?
do spoilers.
Time for spoilers?
Apparently, they based off Alien and the Rancor from Star Wars.
Yeah, because it looks exactly like those things. Yes.
Yeah, mixed
So
together.
it's the D-Rex.
Yeah.
So it's imagine a T-Rex, but it's got the back legs and the little arms, but it also has big forelegs. So it's got 6 legs.
Yep.
Or 6 arms.
Yep.
It's got 4 legs and 2 arms.
Yep.
And it also has a gigantic, alien-style dome for a head.
Why would you make that?
Yeah, it's a good point, isn't it?
Yeah.
Maybe they do it by accident.
And probably. And they also explain, like, because there's a bunch of that kind of stuff running around. Not a bunch.
Yeah.
There's like flying raptors in this. And they're like, I don't know, we didn't kill it because then you can write it off on a spreadsheet and be like, no, that's part of the tax thing.
Right. Okay, yeah.
Or whatever.
Sure.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe they should put bombs in their heads.
Yeah. Maybe they should have a scene where someone uses a flare and lures it away.
Maybe there should be a scene where people are being pursued by raptors in a dark room and it's sort of like a kitchen or a
But
convenience
they're not
store or
raptors,
whatever.
maybe.
Yeah, they're...
And there's no grain waves. There are raptors in this, but that seem to annoy people because one gets taken by one of the bird ones. And there's a big bird one. There's a big bird one and an egg and a cliff.
That's right.
All right.
I thought that scene was quite...
Yeah, it's fine.
That was quite fun and effective, I
It's
thought.
fine and whatever, isn't it?
Yeah.
Big bird one.
That's right.
Also, Mahershala Ali, his character was supposed to die at the end.
Yeah, but test screenings...
They shot both just in case.
Right,
and then they were like, no, it's better if he
Yeah.
lives. So
yeah,
that's
yeah.
good, I guess. Yeah. I don't know, man. Fuck.
James just stared off into
I
the
just
middle.
don't, I don't know. What
Yeah, no, I definitely thought that...
what am I supposed to say?
When Mahershala Ali lit the flare and went off and said, I'm going to sacrifice myself, and then you see
the flare go out. At
Yeah, I'm
distance.
like, well, obviously he's going to live.
Yeah.
This is not the sort of franchise anymore, if it ever was, where somebody's going to make that sacrifice.
Robert Muldoon, maybe.
Yeah.
In 1993.
Exactly. They're not going to do that now. They're just, of course he's going to live.
Yeah.
Which, it's nice.
Yeah, I guess
Because he's got to be in the sequels. Because he's not doing any Marvel movies, is he?
No, apparently not. No, he did voice Blade in the Eternals.
Oh. Oh. Oh, yeah, that's right. So, yeah. Mhm.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
I just, I don't know. This feels the way that Ghostbusters is now, you know?
Yeah, okay.
It's the same fucking thing. It's the greatest hits and whatever. Mm-hmm. Should we do some reviews that people have sent in?
Yes, please.
This is from the Planet Broadcasting Great Mates group. This is from Jacob Benjamin Martindale, who says, I dislike this movie so much and I was the only person in my group who actually wanted to go.
So, yeah.
James Harrison said, good movie. This was the Jurassic World movie we should have had instead of the Chris Pratt stuff. The dinosaur stuff is tense and looks amazing. The characters are likable. The plot is interesting. My only complaint is the movie spoils its creatures reveals in the trailer, toy commercials before the movie, and in the opening scene.
Yeah.
True.
Again, I do like the characters more. They did sort of lean towards, like, obviously Rupert Friend's character is going to betray them all.
He's no friend of mine.
Exactly. Nor of mine.
Yeah. Because we've never met him.
That's precisely correct, yes. He's as far from Shagadelic as you could get.
Probably, yeah. Despite being British.
Not groovy, baby.
Not groovy at all. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I still think that first Jurassic World, it's not a perfect movie, but it is like, oh, this is a functioning Jurassic Park. That's interesting to see, whatever.
Yeah.
So I think this is probably the fifth best.
Yeah.
So it goes 1, 2, 3, then World, and then this, and then whatever the other two.
Right. Okay. Sure.
Yeah.
What do you think where do you think the mistake was made? What happened after Jurassic World? That was
the haunted house laser dinosaur.
Yeah, right. But what else happens in that movie? Because that's towards the end, right?
Yeah, they go back to Jurassic Park and it explodes because there's a volcano there.
That's the exploding volcano one.
Yeah.
So what was Fallen Kingdom? That's the one with the motorcycle raptor chase?
It's
but what's
Fallen
the plot of that one?
Kingdom and Dominion, but I don't remember which is which.
Yeah.
The raptor motorcycle is Jurassic World. That's the first Chris Pratt one. And because they have to find the Indominus Rex.
Right, but isn't one of them there's a raptor chase through Cairo because you can laser guide the raptors?
Oh yeah, that's the last one. Whatever that was.
But what's the plot of that one?
Dinosaurs are in the world. Blue's baby gets kidnapped and they have to go to Secret Jurassic World Island, where the dude who's the InGen competitor who's there, and they had to recast him because the first actor was a pedophile.
Oh yeah, cool.
And then there's a big one with salad fingers. And the T-Rex.
Oh, I forgot about salad fingers. Yeah, okay, right.
And they're all lined up around the house. Oh, there's a Gigantosaurus Rex or whatever, so it's a huge T-Rex and whatever, and there's a plane bit, and there's
and there's a big bird.
There's a big bird and whatever. Yeah, and there's a dinosaur auction. And
so what, isn't that
there's also a
another dinosaur.
Market.
Oh, because this time they have the laser-guided dinosaurs.
No, that was in the Jurassic World 2. But then there's a dinosaur auction in that, and the next one there's like a market kind of auction situation.
Yeah, that's the one I remember.
And Chris Pratt is doing his hands up.
Yeah, he's doing the hands up.
Yeah.
Anyway, good franchise.
I think we puzzled that out.
In a way, they're all of roughly equal quality.
Yeah, you might be right.
I might be
Except
right.
they're not. Dion Evans says, it's a bad film. Didn't enjoy this one, but I'm so surprised a film with dinosaurs was boring. James McLean said, fun flick. Remind me to write a user review for that inflatable raft. It's incredibly durable. That is true. That T-Rex bit was really genuinely good.
Yeah.
The size of it, the whole... I really genuinely like that bit. I thought it was fantastic.
Maybe there's the sense of scale.
Yeah, maybe,
like
right. It did feel like meatier. Because there's that idea now that dinosaurs, the way we've seen them, that's like they're shrink wrapped, whereas they would have had more fat and muscle on them and whatever.
Also, I guess you don't really have any sense of scale to the D-Rex.
No,
you don't know how big it's supposed to be, so it's often hard to kind of Was it the size of a house?
Maybe.
Was it
the size of a human man?
Because it could pick up a helicopter in its mouth.
That's true, and it could go
so
yum, yum, yum.
that would make it like
big as a helicopter.
10 times the size of a T-Rex?
Yeah, 10 T-Rexes stacked
10
on top of each other.
Yeah.
Ian Archibald said, this wasn't very good. The characters weren't interesting and the plot was predictable and essentially a video game fetch quest. I don't think I've ever been as underwhelmed by dinosaurs.
Wow.
You should watch the movie Adam Driver looks at dinosaurs.
You should watch the TV show Dinosaurs.
Yeah, that's a good one too.
That is good.
I just saw this as well. This is out on VOD on August 5th. So less than a month away.
Okay.
But I guess they're anticipating Superman and then Fantastic Four.
Yes.
So I guess.
And I guess they're anticipating a big hit opening opening weekend, big movie alert goes off.
That's true.
You know?
That's what's interesting was like this was tracking slightly lower than it opened, and people are calling this is a walk-up movie. People don't pre-book these. They go, oh yeah, Jurassic Park, whatever.
Yeah, right.
And then they go.
Huh.
They look in their newspaper and they go, what are the times of cinema times? Remember looking at a newspaper?
They call up movie phone.
They'd say, movie phone. What time is it? Mason?
Yes.
What an incredible review we've done.
I think so too. Maybe the best review of this.
Yeah, probably.
I haven't checked any of the other reviews, but
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't see how they could possibly
Exactly. I
say
bet
anything
Commode and Mayo are like blah, blah, blah,
Blah,
blah,
blah,
blah,
blah,
blah,
blah,
One
blah,
of them's
blah.
like blah, 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 and the other one's like, yep,
That is true.
that is true.
All right, should we move to the next segment of the
Yes.
show? I bet they don't have this.
I bet they don't have what we read and
Yep.
what we're going to read.
They don't have that.
They don't have it.
That's ours. They better not.